You what? You what?
Hello, everybody! It's been a while. Welcome back to the stream. Doesn't look like anybody's here, but I don't care. I felt like playing Sonic 06 today, and I wanted to stream it. So, hopefully people will join us in a little bit. So, it's been quite a while. Things have been chaos. Got a new job. Gotta get moving. Life has been very chaotic in the past couple of weeks. So, I figured, being that it's actually cool enough today to actually frickin' do it. Right, I can swear. Fucking do it. Sorry. I'm in work mode, because I still had to work yesterday. But anyway, streaming's actually a thing I do, and it's a thing I enjoy, and it's a thing I should be. Hence why I'm... So, let's get straight to the point. Because I'm going to probably have to explain all of this again. And the game can be a little louder than that. Not to you guys, though. Let's turn it up on my end and not be a dipshit. I want the USB storage device. That is the modern-day SSD I bought, like, a couple of months ago. As I said, I'm giving this game every chance I can to not be slow as fuck, and it's gonna be it. Single player. I'm still only 40% through this fucking thing, and we're gonna get further into it, maybe. Probably by one whole percentage point. You know how bad I am at games.
No matter where we go, all we see are ruins. How can this be?
Oh, yeah! It's all ruined!
How could it come to this?
I did it! It was all my fault! Yes!
If I eliminate that guy, will our world be saved?
The day of disaster. Here are my records of this event. This was when Iblis was freed, and his flames were released into the world.
And everything thus burned to a crisp, and I like to watch that. Because I am an arsonist.
And you have this person to blame.
Hey there, Tails fan! Welcome to the stream! I have no clue where I left off in Sonic 06, so... finding that out!
I see it!
I see it, and it's all within my reach!
Hedgehog's the Iblis trigger?
Blue hedgehog.
Yes, that blue hedgehog that you saw last journey,
I'll
but
send
somehow
this
don't
back in
remember,
time
because you have
to the
amnesia.
point when the
Apparently.
Iblis trigger was alive.
Hey there, 9! How are you? I have a command dedicated to you, actually. To 9, that is.
What the?
Which,
Who was that guy?
that's right, I should
Just
probably,
a
you know,
shadow.
say the things. I do have
This
commands.
is terrible.
So if you want to blow random stuff into my ears, and probably spook me, you can go right ahead and use those if Sammy decides it wants to work today. There it goes. It sent it in the wrong order, but close freaking enough.
If we don't return
It's
in time,
Memphis, Tennessee! Yes, it's the entire city of Memphis, Tennessee.
Yeah, I think so.
Oh, yeah, I'm just gonna throw a fit! That'll do us all a lot of good! That would be my, shit Sonic impression.
You guys are so slow. Look.
It's
A
a
Chaos
green!
Emerald! You've already found one!
Well now, I may not look it, but I'm a real treasure hunter. Unlike a certain echidna I know.
Shots fired!
Have you guys discovered anything?
Yeah. I received a signal indicating there's a Chaos Emerald here, but...
Which hopefully you
You
guys
mean
can't, but I
we
do
gotta
have
go
2 fans
through
running,
there?
because one of the reasons I've been
If you
streaming
don't
recently
like it, you can
is because it's,
stay here.
You've
frickin'
got to
very
be
hot
kidding.
up here.
Don't be late.
I live in a 3rd floor
Same to
apartment, so
you.
heat rises. Unfortunately. Alright, time to get on fire. Which I do wonder, how does Sonic not just catch on fire? This is literally a world of fire. Questions I ask myself for no reason. Anywhere, how are all of you guys doing? I guess I should probably ask that, be a decent stream host, eh? Whee!
Woohoo! What a view!
Alright. Don't die.
Gotta be careful not to fall off here.
Immediately falls off. Watch out! You're gonna die! Ah! Alright, so I don't have to hold forward here. I just need to do it right.
Woohoo! What a view!
Yeah, it's a volcano Sonic. In fact, Sonic 06 is actually my favorite game. Please don't make fun of me, I just like the game. Shadow was cool, Silver was cool, Methodist was cool. You might hate this level, especially because of Crisis City. Honestly, I'm having a lot of fun with Sonic 06. If I wasn't, I wouldn't be playing it. I literally went out of my way to get a 360 for this game, so no judgment here, 9. Like what you like. There's no rule that says you have to hate Sonic 06. Not. If anybody says that, then they're full of shit. Speaking of shit. Fuck! Watch out! You're gonna die!
No!
Yeah, I'm gonna hate this level because of the Mach Speed section, which I couldn't best last stream after, what, an hour and a half of trying? But I've got an extra hour. I have got a bottle of water. Got plenty of screaming to do. And I've got you guys, which thank you for being here, of course. If you've never been here before, I suck at games, hence the plenty of screaming. Because I will get something. I guarantee it. Woo! Good job I wasn't holding forward. Jesus freaking Christ. There we go. Come on. Go! Don't die! Just get on the platform. Get on the platform. Oh, Crisis City. That was like a hell to you. Oh yeah. This whole level here is its own incarnation of hell. I'm just waiting to run into Satan. Oh yeah! I went straight down! Did you really think I'd go to heaven?
What a view!
Hey there, Spider Blush! You come into my shit Sonic reference. The random thing that people will come into on this stream, and they must just think, you're nuts, and you know what? You're right.
Careful not to fall off here.
Now. What's been my favorite part so far? To be honest with you, I don't remember. I haven't gotten very far in the game. I'm literally only on Sonic's story, so I can't really judge it too effectively. Favorite part so far is probably just the fact that I'm having fun with it, even though everybody hates this game. It's like, woohoo! I can actually, have fun with this thing. Because when I got it, I didn't know if I would be able to. But I have fun dying a lot, apparently.
Lava shoots up from the fiery ground.
But yeah, it's a pretty chill game. I like it. I think, yeah, I don't really remember my favorite part, sorry. I don't know if the commands worked. I didn't hear that. If you heard that, great. Is it really as glitchy as everybody says it is? I've encountered a couple of glitches, but nothing too game-breaking so far. Most of it's been my own stupidity, has been what's getting me in my way. It is as slow as people say it is. Even running on a modern SSD, it still shows its slowness. But that's not really the game's fault. That's just the fact that it's running on ancient hardware. Doesn't look too slow. Well, in the levels, it's not. It's the loading.
That comes floating along with the lava flow.
Ow. That's also a glitch that happens sometimes. Sonic just vanishes. So, which is very, very useful, as I'm sure you were able to discern. But yeah, the loading is what's slow. The levels, once they're loaded in, work just fine. Except for the Mach speed. The Mach speed is, unfortunately, too fast. This game doesn't have very many in-betweens. That will be one of my issues with it. Is the fact that it's very, all-or-nothing sort of a game. So I can see why it's so polarizing in that fact. Did you really expect a nice welcome? There's lava everywhere, Sonic. Lose your goddamn brain. They should have patched this game or something. That's called Project 06, which I plan to play at some point. There is a mod for the game on PC called Project 06, that is supposed to fix a lot of the grievances, like stupid shit like that, hopefully. And I'm dead. I'm already dead 5 times, and I haven't even been streaming freaking 15 minutes.
The bridge is gonna collapse any minute.
Shit, don't slide. Stop sliding, Sonic. What happened to this bridge collapsing? Just gonna throw that out there. What button is frickin' lightspeed dash? There we go. Gotta remember the controls. Okay, that was a little close for comfort. I already know how this part works. I will need that. But yeah, they really should have patched the game. What they should have really done is take advantage of Xbox backward compatibility, because this game, I have a feeling, would run perfectly fine on more modern hardware, because its biggest constraint is the fact that the 360 is not very powerful. Hey there, Aurora! I'm doing okay. How are you? Welcome in. It's been a while. Long time no see. Let's not do stupid shit. Alright, yeah, it has. I'm so sorry I closed the tab by accident. It happens! Mistakes happen, no worries at all. Like that! That's a mistake right there. But, you know, that's just called me not knowing how to play the game.
This bridge is gonna collapse any minute.
Yeah, for those of you wondering where I've been, my life has been a little chaotic recently. I have a new job, so I'm packing up to move for that. I have just been trying to keep things on somewhat of a level keel, which is not as easy as it sounds sometimes. and it's been very, very hot up here. Usually living a sneeze south from Canada means it's pretty cold up here, but somehow I think the gods of weather didn't get the idea. What do I do for a profession? I'm a IT guy. What you see is what you get. Hey there, Miles. Welcome in. Hopefully you are doing well. What do I think of Macintosh? I don't like Mac. I do not like any Apple products. So if you like Apple products, that's your MO. There are things that they can do better, and I have no issue with them. I just hate managing them. They're a pain in the ass to manage, because you have to manage them with Apple tools. And the Apple tool set is a piece of shit. I'm sorry. If there's any Apple lovers in the chat, then I'll get my kind handed to me. Kids finally calmed enough so that you could join and get some foods. I hope you enjoy the food. How can be, in my opinion, eat a lot. A very sharp block. I'm shocked you didn't word that in a separate manner. It just works until it doesn't. That's just technology in general, though, man. My entire profession is built around the fact that technology breaks. If technology didn't break, there'd be no need for IT. There'd be no need for developers, there'd be no need for anything to do with technology because it'd be perfect. But, you know, because it's made by humanity, it isn't perfect. Welcome back, salesman. You're trying very hard not to word it that way. Shit!
This bridge is gonna collapse any minute.
Windows or Linux? Depends on what you're doing with it, really. I realized something. Sonic, Shadow, and Silver fight Iblis, yet Shadow's the only one who gets to fight Mephiles. That's true. I feel like it's because Mephiles takes Shadow's form in some ways, but I'm not really sure why they decided that nobody else would fight Mephiles. Me-files. Yes, the me-files. But yeah, Windows or Linux, it really depends on what you're doing. If you're doing sort of a infrastructure thing, like server sort of stuff, leave that to Linux. If you're doing something like AD or anything to do with client systems, that's Windows. He finally understands how it feels to have a faker. Ah yes, to have. Princey Ninan found my channel again. Welcome in. And the only time Sonic meets Mephiles is when he kills Sonic. I mean, this is true. He's one of the few things that have successfully killed Sonic! Other than Spikes, yeah. I have a feeling I just hit game over. Game over, yeah! Game should have ended when Sonic died. Yeah, no, it should have just been like, game over, yeah!
No matter where we go, all we see are ruins. How can this be?
Ah, your name is not Princey, actually. Well, apologies. If you have a preferred name, please let me know, and I will do my dangest. However, please keep in mind, my memory, well...
You don't have enough memory in the memory card.
So... your mileage may vary. I use his display name, yeah. So yeah, if you have a name that's not your display name, let us know. Miles tries to write shit down. And remember the Xbox 360, you could quasi-save disk information to the HD, but you still need a disk to play. I was supposed to speed up gameplay, but I never noticed any change, except perhaps Skyrim. Yeah, I've noticed a difference, but it's because I write the disks to my SSD, so I actually don't have a Sonic 06 disc, period. I bought it digitally before the 360 store closed. And yeah, Skyrim. I've never played Skyrim. I'm sure some people will have some words to say about that, but I've never gotten the opportunity to play it. I've heard good things. Shit! Holy, how am I still alive? Oh, easy, I'm not. My dad played that COD and Fallout almost religiously. Fallout's pretty good, though I haven't played anything except for Fallout Shelter. Nephilis is the only person who's killed Sonic. That's not necessarily true, depending on who you ask. If you include the comics and shit, Sonic's been killed a lot. And I mean, we, as the players, have killed Sonic a whole shit ton. Skyrim will change your game opinion about games. It's incredible even for 2011. Yeah, some games are really, like, game-changing. Like Unleashed. Unleashed, I swear to God, even though it came out on the 360, it's still one of the fucking best-looking games to this day. Dad also has a fondness for Popeye. His arm is a tattoo of him, and Popeye's fish merges at the point where my dad connects to his arm. That's cool. My grandfather, I lovingly call him Popeye because when I was sick, back when I was but a wee lad, he used to watch Popeye the Sailor Man, the show, with me. And I have some very fond memories. Shit. When this came out in 2008, they used a real orchestra soundtrack. I know, and you can tell. They cooked. I agree. But yeah, real symphony and real orchestra music is awesome. No one counts comics. Everybody just cares about the games, because that's Sonic fans. Well, some. I care about the comics. I feel like they have their own place in the lore. You know, like, you can't use comic lore to explain the games, or games to explain comic lore, but they do kind of relate to each other, so, I don't know. I love IDW, collecting, as much as I can. Yeah, IDW is great. Huge shout out to all of the people who make that a thing. I love IDW. It's great. Have I seen the recent trailer / anime style clip of Shadow with Maria? I don't believe so. Does that mean Sonic's real name is actually Maurice? It depends on who you ask, genuinely. My belief is, I don't know. That's where I stand on the matter. I don't know what Sonic's name is. It could be literally Sonic the Hedgehog. It could be fucking Sonic Maurice Hedgehog. It could be, fuck if I know. You know. I'm not Sega. Also, that's not the A button. So mashing the... Yeah, that was the A button. What the fuck, controller? I hit jump, and I didn't jump. Press A, fool! I accidentally rage quit on Unleash on Eggman Land. I think we all have a couple of times. It took me several thousand tries to get through. Hey there, Fleetway Sonic! Thank you so much for subscribing! I really appreciate that. It's all the little things that you guys can do to support me, you know, hitting that thumbs up button, hitting that subscribe button. It really does mean a lot to me. I appreciate that I can make you guys, hopefully smile and laugh at just how bad I am at games. How is everyone? I'm doing pretty good. Just chilling with 06. Welcome to the channel. How are you? You are not forced to subscribe, Miles. You're not forced to do shit. I haven't touched the game since. Don't blame you. If I can give you a tip, basically just go around the world to stages that you know that you can just rack up lives. And then just go. Where were we just talking about Sonic Comics? Well, I'm imagining that's meant to be a Y. And that's because I was just kind of blathering about the lore of the Sonic franchise, and the fact that it's kind of all over the place. And it depends on who you ask what lore counts. Such as, for example, the comics. And then the IDW comics were mentioned, and I said that those are great in my opinion. If your opinion differs, and that's your opinion to have. Sonic. Floating lava. Use the bullshittery that I provide for you for no reason. I read all of IDW, says Tailsin. I've read most of it. I'm still a few issues behind. Got very young siblings into Sonic. They're fighting over the Sonic racing toys. Oh boy. Everybody's super Sonic racing, but not Miles' siblings. Shit. I bought 2 for my brother, and he is loving them. But the girls keep trying to take them. The girls are like, that's mine. Is Sonic's Schoolhouse canon? Again, it depends on who you ask. To me, canonicity is a very personal thing. In the series. It kind of depends on what Sonic you want to declare is the one that you support. It's almost like a religion in that sense, where it's just like, please pick the god that you wish to subscribe to. Or you can just answer, yes! Or no! Or literally anything. It's all valid answers. Read all of IDW, all of Archie, and I'm on issue 80 of the Fleetway. During COVID, you want to know what I did? I read all of Archie, I read all of Fleetway, and I read all of the, there's one other comic that I read all of. I think it was all of IDW up to that point. Do the heart reaction show for everyone? Yes, they do. Those little hearts are ways to show support for the channel, if you wish to push that button. It's just a way to say, hey, I'm enjoying things. In lockdown, I watched the whole Sonic... The whole documentary about Sonic Q. I have a feeling you cut yourself off there. Not for me, because I'm in mobile. That's fair. The mobile app for YouTube is, interesting. Let's just say that. Because you can do some things, but not others. So hyped for Sonic 3. Gonna be awesome. Oh yeah, I'm ecstatic for Sonic Movie 3. I'm hoping that there are... One thing that I absolutely loved about the second movie was some of the callbacks that it made. Some of, like, the meta that some people admittedly got a little way too bent out of shape about. It's like, we're in a franchise that's been alive since the 90s. You're gonna get a little meta. Chat doesn't know he's the Chat doesn't know the evils of Sonic 2. He's a pure soul. Oh, God. Yeah, Tails and actually having a role. Yes, please! Give my boy a role! Sonic 2 is a cursed mutation of Sonic and Pikachu made by a member of the fandom who is very polarizing. Let's put it that way. I just do what I always do with comics, pick up a random issue and decide if I like it. That's a fair way to do it, really.
And it will show you the way.
Shit. Sonichu. I bet I can make that cute. Remind me later and I'll show you how fucking cursed it is, and I'll see what you say of it then. What's the best comic? IDW? in my opinion is, I'm very Switzerland on that. And by that I mean I'm neutral. I think all of the comics have a valid place. The comic with Metal Virus is indeed IDW. The IDW team has done a wonderful job, but some of their success is thanks to the previous Archie comic. And to say that it wasn't, it would be, you know... My youngest sister says Tails is her favorite. I've made our boy proud. Yes! More Tails fans! Tails fans! Which comic series had Ken Penders? That would be the Archie comics, who had, the, misfortune of Mr. Kenneth Penders. Let's tag off. Alright, I've got to remember that Knuckles controls like shit.
If all of the lights shine at once, your way will become clear.
Wow, all of these people using names. Meanwhile, me, tough fuck is the name of the drawy dude. Depends on which quote-unquote drawy dude you are looking for. Because some of them are actually women, too. Sonic is a very inclusive, franchise, and I like that. It's really welcoming to just about everybody. Unless you, hit series. I say do gender neutrally as an NB dummy. Yes, you're an NB dummy. I love this Knuckles model. It is a solid model. Let go, let go, let go, let go, let go. I remember this being brought up as an issue. Oh, Vindo, how did you fix this? There we go. Unleashed was meh. Unpopular opinion. I mean, if that's your opinion, then it's a valid one. I just disagree. Unleashed was great, in my opinion. There was a comic called Fleetway, and it's a good comic. So far. Yeah, so Fleetway is a pretty good comic. I like it, but it's also, it's interesting. It's very all over the place. You don't really know what you're gonna get from one issue to the next. And to that point, like, it's interesting, but it's also kind of aggravating. Maybe that's just me. As I said, no ill matter meant to anybody who absolutely, you know, thinks that that's the, you know, the bee's knees, if you will, but God, I'm digging it. So. Just so that you're all aware, I'm old, so... Amy is awesome in the Fleetway comics. Amy is pretty cool in the Fleetway comics, I will say that. What do you mean the light turned off? It's probably half my fucking issue. The lights are turning off. Yeah, that would be called a metal Canopolis. Hopefully it works if I activate the lights in backward order. I have no idea if it will. Long time no see! Indeed it has been. Hey there, Turbo! Love the music in Sonic Rush. Posers work on Jet Set Radio. Oh yeah, the music team is frickin' talented. You're sending me a Discord DM right now! I will view it in a little bit! I don't know why we're announcing this, but we are, so... Fuck. Really? Yes, it was of the utmost importance. It's a meme. Meme! Approved! Don't even with the 06, Prime still upsets me. Oh yeah. I hate that they decided to 06 Prime. Imagine being in an executable file. I thought I would say that because I could. I don't know how that would be, being an executable. Like, it'd be pretty cool for a while. But then it'd get really annoying, because every time somebody clicks you, you have to do a very specific job. And if you don't do that very specific job, you might get killed. Quite literally. You do realize that when we end a process, it's called killing a process. Murder! Sonic Generations also got killed by Xbox. So Generations got pulled, sort of. You can still purchase it if you dig deep enough. But they have delisted Generations from the main pages because they want you to buy Sonic X Shadow Generations, which is an update to it. It remains available, as Miles said, as parts of collections, or if you know how to poke into the innards of the Xbox store, you can still actually get it alone for a time until Microsoft realizes that and fixes that, which they may have already. Because when I looked it up, you could still buy it individually if you knew where to go. You just couldn't find it easily. Why? What am I missing? Obviously I'm missing something. Oh, thank God. Do you like how Shadow is going back into his past, just like Sonic? Yeah, it's pretty cool. Personally, I like Generations enough, but it's one of those games that's forgettable. That's fair. Honestly, with Generations, my biggest issue is it's a great game, and I love the nostalgia factor, but that's all it is. There's nothing new in Generations. It's literally just, hey, you know this thing we once made, let's make it new! Which is nothing wrong with that, it's just... it's not really anything that we haven't already seen before. Fun fact, Knuckles and Methodist were voiced by the same person, if anyone is interested. That's pretty cool! He's gonna take you back to the past. My favorites will always be Sonic and Sega All-Stars and Sonic Racing Transform. Oh, SART is wonderful. Sonic and Sega All-Stars Racing Transform. That's a wonderful game. The only thing new is a Time Eater and Modern and Classic separate characters for some reason. Well, that's actually something a little meta, and I'm going to blather about it. None of you get to say anything about that. I'm just kidding. You can say whatever you want. The whole point of Classic and Modern being split is Generations is meant to basically tell you, hey, this time monster is the reason why we still have the classic games like Mania, Origins, all that fun stuff, and Modern Sonic at the same time, because it's a paradox. The Time Eater quite literally sheared the timeline in half by galloping up Sonic at one point in time and spitting him out at another, causing there to effectively be two Sonics. It's kind of cool. My first Sonic game that I truly enjoyed and that got me into the series was Mario and Sonic at the 2010 Vancouver Olympics on the DS. That is a great game that I haven't played forever. But it's mostly fond memories. I'm sure the game itself probably doesn't stand up very well, because it was made on the DS. Classic Sonic, Modern Sonic, Dreamcast Sonic, and Boom Sonic. Well, game-wise, technically, I'm just like, you do have the Boom games. I don't know if I'm going to even count those, though, to be honest with you. The Sonic Boom games are so nothing that I don't even know if I can consider them to count. But then again, that's not really my call to make. Just
Watch out,
personal.
Sonic! Against something that large, you won't have a chance on the soft footholds.
Dude, I almost threw a Wii remote at the TV one time because I screwed up rhythmic rhythm. So I once threw a Wii remote at my cousin's television because I was bowling and I refused to put on the wrist strap. I then learned why it's important that you wear a wrist strap when you are throwing around a giant piece of plastic. Because I missed their TV by about, like, a centimeter or two. And I live in America, so I use that meaning that it was very, very fucking small. I remember you telling me about that. You would! Fuck!
No! I've got to light the orb above the rocks. Then I need to get its attention.
Light the orb! It's the orb! When's Project 06? Once I finish normal 06, I do intend to play Project 06 after taking a break into a different game. I'm not sure what game that'll be. It's probably going to be Pirate Software's Heartbound, because I have that. I have not played it yet, and I have heard good things about it. Can you offer advice? Yes! Please, by all means.
Watch out, Sonic! Against something that large, you won't have a chance on the soft footholds.
Watch out! My voice is really high in this game for some reason. I can't do that for too much longer. God, that hurts my throat. 06 is all about erasing what happened that made something good. Just erase all memories of 06 and move on. I mean, fair enough, I guess. I'm waiting. Perfect. Yeah, the issue with 06 is that quite literally just decided, and we're just gonna take all of that and hit the undo. Which his world do you prefer? I like both, to be honest with you. I think I prefer the Zebra Head version a little more, but the Crush 40 version is fucking... There's nothing wrong with Crush 40. Crush 40 is... I mean... You can't tell me that that doesn't rock, because Crush 40 just does. Don't die! Why do I keep hearing it as Crush 4P? No, Crush 40. Freaking dum-dum. That is a cheap brush! Ah, damn! Orange Crush!
No!
Ow.
It looks like there are hard footholds that his attacks can't break. Take advantage of them to evade and counterattack.
Crush Morty! Orange, you glad I told you that?
It's a little too far to attack.
Nice.
Is there some way to draw him in?
And yes, Sonic, there is a way to draw him in. It's called using the giant fucking orbs! Shit. Don't die!
Sonic! Against something that large, you won't have a chance on the soft footholds.
No shit! I think I gathered that much, Tails, but thanks! Alright, can you spawn the rest of the platforms, please? Thanks. So what did you do on your 1 month plus break? As I said on my Twitter, I'm not going to be answering any questions about any of that. So I'm just going to move right along. Modern Tales standalone claim. Please, I beg of you. Please, Sega. I will pay a solid fucking $60 to you right now if you give my Floof Boy his own game. I will dig it out of my savings and pay it direct to the order of Sega of America if you release that shit. Just saying. If you're worried there won't be an audience for it, there's an audience for it. It's called Every Single Tales Fan Ever. And before somebody points it out, yes, I did call. Basically, Dylan broke his dignity and had work. Yeah, because you played those cards. Anyway. You have to pay for every single game. They can't give it away for free. That's true! Developers have to make a living. Pre-order will get Tails smoking. God, I did not need a reminder of Sad AM. That's a weird show. You meant with the Nevermind. Oh, did I take you wrong? Sorry. It's probably meant as a joke. Okay, Miles. Take care. Sad AM was the first ever dark Sonic medium. Really, it was. Definitely an interesting media. But it was like the first generically dark Sonic medium. Oh, monster? Shit! Oh, okay, I thought that was gonna mean, which do I prefer, Sad AM or Sonic X? Both shows are okay. I think for Season 3, Sonic X, because Season 3 of Sonic X is pretty fucking solid, to be honest with you. But Sad AM was better all around? So I guess, yes! It's not really a valid answer, but sure, I'm gonna go with it. Ow. Oh, giant orb.
What's wrong? Is that size just for show?
Sonic X because it eventually led to Sonic singing the US national anthem. That is a funny little thing. Hey there, Lucky Tail. It's been a long while. How are you? Imagine if we got a Sonic Unleashed port on the PS5 Xbox Series. I mean, it's already there on the Xbox Series. It's backward compatible. So you can play it. You can play it on modern hardware. Doing great. How am I? I am chaotic. So I've got a new job, so I'm packing up to move. Just trying to keep everything on an even keel if I can.
It's dazed from the impacts. Now's your chance, Sonic.
If I can even find Iblis. I can't even find Iblis. Iblis is already gone. Okay. Just lift a... Miles took off. So... But I'm here. So, Sonony is dead, woohoo. I don't have a strong opinion against any ships, really. If you support a ship, that's... Go right ahead, you know? There's nothing wrong with supporting a ship, as long as you don't shove it in other people's faces. You know, like, obviously don't do anything incredibly dumb, but realistically, it's a franchise that is... You know, this is a fictional media, so as long as you're smart about it and you can be like, oh, well, you know, at least I'm not gonna have, like, a 5-year-old frickin' dating or thinking about things that 5-year-olds definitely shouldn't know about. That's fine. Are there any canon Sonic ships, though? I don't really think so. Not consistently. There's a few that are heavily implied. But there aren't any that I know of that are, like, explicitly stated. Have I thought of doing a stream on Ori and the Blind Forest? Yes, but that one would take quite a while. I want to try and finish up a lot of the games that I'm like, and I'm gonna play this! And then I play, like, an episode or two of it, and then I'm like, oh, but this! So, yeah. I'm trying to kind of catch up to myself, in a sense. But yeah, I'm absolutely open to it. It's a good game. A good game. A good game, blah! Oh, Iblis! None of you will get this, but... Oh, Power Shell! If you're out there, Micah, just a random shout out to you. What's your opinion on Crush 40? They are a wonderful, wonderful band. I very much enjoy Crush 40's productions. Jun Sonoe and the team do amazing work. And I really do love their music. That is my... I do see you skimp a bit around on games. Yeah, no, I do. I would not be surprised if I have mild ADHD, because sometimes I'm just like, ooh, shiny! And I'll just go play something else. Not because I'm not enjoying the game, but just because I'm like, oh, but I want to play this now. So I go in bits and spurts. So, as I said, it's not that I don't want to, it's not that I won't, it's just not right now. Ask again later. I'm like a magic 8-ball. Alright, come on, Iblis. Give me your giant fiery eyeball. Sonic Unleashed 2, the unleashing, give it to me, Sega, come on. The unfortunate truth is just like Sonic Adventure 3. Sonic Unleashed and Sonic Adventure have been out for decades. If they wanted to make a sequel, they'd have done it long ago. I hate to say it. Like, we can have spiritual successors, don't get me wrong, but as far as a honest-to-goodness sequel, if Sega was gonna do that, they'd have already done it. I'm sorry to poo-poo on everybody's party there, but if Sega wanted to make a sequel for that shit, they'd have done it years and years and years ago. I just beat the game an hour ago, which is weird because this game is a little annoying with the glitches. It can very much be annoying with some of the glitches that it has, but I'm having fun. I went into this game knowing that I wouldn't have a good time. And thus, I'm having a good time because my expectations were naturally set to, well, if you enjoy it at all, then, I mean, you got something out of it. That's my way to go into any game, really. Is just go in with a blank slate. Realize, like, okay, well, here's what the community says, here's what I think might happen, but don't prevent yourself from playing the game just because everybody else says it's shit. They're not you. You know, your opinion of the game is yours and yours alone. Don't let anybody else tell you what you can and can't play, unless it's, you know, something that you're not of age for, or something that is, you know, very, very wrong, or any of those big things. You know, use your common sense, basically. Do your own research. We're in it, as Thor of Pirate Software would put it, we're in an era where you have access to all of human knowledge, basically ever. Go use it.
Sonic, it's coming!
There's really no reason for you to not just hop on Google and be like, hey, what is this game?
Dazed from the impacts. Now's your chance, Sonic.
Now's my chance to die! I'm on 0 life. I'm having Five Guys with Starbucks. Five Guys is great. I'm not a huge coffee person, so I can't judge Starbucks. There's also not a Starbucks around here, but where I'm going for my new job does have one, so I might have to try. But I'm not a coffee person because caffeine has the adverse effect on me, so. Instead of hyping me up, it'll tire me out. Only reason I played this game was because I was born the same year of its release, in 2006. Okay, cool. That's neat. I was born the same year as Sonic Adventure 2 came out. Just to put a date on myself, that's how old I am. I'm Sonic Adventure 2 years old. Everyone said the 92 movie Cool World was shit, and then I watched it expecting it to be shit, and it was actually shit. But did you have fun with it? Because that's my thing, is it's just like, if you go in knowing it's gonna be shit, I feel like you can still have fun with it. You know, there's nothing saying that you can't enjoy. Some games genuinely are so bad that they're good. Or, you know, like, you just enjoy the fact that, you know what? Yes, this game sucks. So what? You know, there's nothing wrong with liking a shitty anything, really. That's your cup of tea, that's your cup of tea. Water. The essential life liquid. Not even it's so bad it's good. It's just bad. Fair enough. I was just kind of throwing that out there. So that's kind of where I'm holding Sonic 06 right now, is it's not good. It's not in my opinion. But it had some really good ideas in it. And I just hate to see that they were executed so poorly. Also, does the Trial of Love impact the story at all? No. Nope. The Trial of Love, it literally doesn't matter. If you go with Amy, she'll be all excited. If you don't, then she'll be all sorts of upset. And that's literally all that changes. It has zero story impact whatsoever. The story ends the same way, no matter what choice you made in that trial. It's just like Deltarune. I'm gonna take your choices and throw them directly away. That's funny, yeah. No, they did it that way intentionally because they knew some people would get really bent out of shape by it. And the team was like, you know what, we're just gonna milk this cow and make everybody hate it even more. I feel like Sonic 06, the dev team, was literally like, how can we make a game that will make everybody hate us, but also be funny in doing so? So, that's my, 2 cents. Am I wrong? Probably. But, you know, as I said, some of the ideas for 06 are really cool. Like, Mephiles could have truly been a fucking very dangerous and powerful ally or enemy to anybody. But instead, we just hit the delete button. And, yeah.
What's wrong? Is that size just for show?
Alright, one more hit and it should be dead. But this hit is the most annoying of the 3 because it just lands wherever the fuck it wants instead of on the predetermined platform where it should. Alright, come send your daggers. Thank you. Because now I know where I can stand safely. For 32 seconds. Ah, you're too slow! It looks like I'm doing something that I probably ought not to say because it might be too much. I hope not. If you're a child under the age of 18 and you're watching this, I don't suggest you do. I swear a whole heck of a lot. So unless you have parental permission, please seek entertainment somewhere else. To be honest, Mephiles just looks like he was underwater for 10 years. I mean, not wrong, really.
It's dazed from the impacts. Now's your...
So, he does kind of look like a drowned Shadow, almost. If any of you have played Minecraft, he just looks like a drowned Shadow. Alright, Iblis is dead.
No problem.
No problem. One gold medal! Save. Please. I don't want to lose this progress. Yeah, on an SSD, this thing actually loads pretty decently. See, correct!
Chaos control!
Or control. Or chaos, or any other word that starts with C. Whee! And we're back to Soliana.
Looks
Quite
like we made
literally
it
the
back in
city
one
of the sun.
piece.
Where did Shadow and Rouge go? Did they appear someplace else?
Those two can take care of themselves.
I'd like to point out this newspaper is called the Daily Soriana. Just pointing it out. Do I like the Chaos Blast ability? Yes! It's a great ability. It's a really cool ability. Sometimes it can be a little overpowered. But it's a cool ability. I do like it. Collect information about Elise. Why the fuck would I do that? Well, fine. What do you want?
Aye.
Oh, this is the chase the train mission. I wonder why Eggman kidnapped Elise. Maybe because he's evil? I was playing Shadow the Hedgehog yesterday, and I crashed the game with Chaos Blast. You can do that. That happens. I tried to play Shadow on stream once, and it just did not work at all. I should actually do that at some point. Alright, so somewhere in a station... Is it a square, though? Dun dun dun! Oh, anybody? Can you tell me where the fuck the train station is? How about you? I have no idea. I don't know where the fuck this thing is. The station has been closed off for security reasons. This station is currently closed. So I can't get there.
Sonic, I think you can get into the station through that vent. But first you need to break that wire net. Sonic, I think you can get into the station through...
What is ground pound in this game? Yes, I know. I don't remember what button is to do that. I don't think I have the stone for that yet. Get the stone, Potter! Hey Dylan, I have a joke for you. Cool, I'm all for a good joke. What's up? This is a warehouse. If you don't have business, stay away. I will do whatever the fuck I want. Oh, I crushed it by using Shadow on Silver's campaign. Then I just homing attacked the box. You need the badge still be purchased. I don't know if I have that purchase. Let's find out. Oh, sign. Bounce bracelet. Yes. Thank you. No. I didn't, because that didn't do anything before. It's the bounce bracelet! You know, the thing that Chip gave us. Literally... what? 2 months after this game came out? So that doesn't make any sense. I'm rewriting my own lore in my head as I go. Weird. Because I always figured the bounce bracelet was the bracelet that Chip gave him, but it can't be if it shows up here. Unless I have the order backward. You. Such a weird noise. Double outs for the more hype. Alright. Radical Train. You can tell this is from 2006. Nobody says radical. I don't see how that's really a... Oh. I'd admittedly rather you stop in case you missed it. Miles and I have, kind of terminated our relationship, as far as for the moment. The rest is all personal shit. So, though I appreciate the offer for a laugh, let's just say that whole thing is complicated.
You must make the bomb explode before the train hits it. Can you find a switch anywhere?
Oh, go away, cutscene. I already saw you. Oh, which I did die. Should probably hit the button. Yeah, no worries, Lucky Tails. Just part of the chaos in my life right now.
Looks like we made it back in one piece.
Alright, so now I already know she's on the train. Hopefully don't have to buy the bounce bracelet again, though I don't know if it saved my progress when I gamed over. That's not proper English, but you know. Meh. It did not. You can save in town to skip cutscene. I could do that, yeah. Probably a good idea, eh? Thank you! Save. I forgot you could do that. Not gonna lie. I'm so used to modern games where it's just like, and we're gonna save for you. So that you don't have to worry about being a dipshit and forgetting. Meanwhile, this game is like, would I like you to continue the Dylan and Miles sitting on a tree joke? As I said, I'd admittedly prefer you not just because of how complicated matters are right now, but I do appreciate the offer. And I obviously appreciate the understanding. Whee! Let's try and not blow shit up. You're welcome. Also, Skyrim auto-saving. The Skyrim genuinely auto-save. Not very many games in the 360 area did. Most games, you had to save manually. I think the only game that I own that autosaves on my 360 is the PopCap collection, which has Peggle and Zuma and Plants vs. Zombies. Because I was feeling really, really nostalgic. That's why I have a 360, is for the nostalgia. It's back when the 360 was a thing, I was not old enough, nor was I quite rich enough.
Before the train hits it. Can you find a switch anywhere?
Woo! Oh, that was close. And yes, thank you. Sorry, I just almost blew up.
I'd better hurry up and cross this scale.
Sonic getting weighed? Oh no! They're gonna find out I'm fat! It's all those chili dogs, I swear!
After jump, press the X button to perform a bound attack. If you perform multiple consecutive bound attacks, your jumping height will increase.
Well, let's try not to die this time around, eh? And yeah, no, I appreciate the understanding of the details. Don't worry, it didn't do anything. Oh, I better hurry up and cross this scale! Yoink. Oh, rings! Die, robots! Die!
I better hurry.
Fuck!
Whoa!
That's 2 deaths I forgot to count, so let's do that before I remember. Or before I forget. Before I remember! Wow, I'm a dipshit.
Does this conveyor change direction?
Yes. Yes, Sonic. Sonic has a ridiculous amount of reach with this homing attack. Yes, he does. Sonic is a homing missile. That's what he is. Sonic is part hedgehog, part homing missile.
I better hurry up and cross this scale.
Which I also love the implication. I don't know if any of you guys got this from Generations, but I love the implication that Sonic taught himself the homing attack and the dash. I love that implication. Like, I taught myself how to do that. It's also a very clear paradox, because if you taught yourself, then how the fuck did you know in the first
Hurry up
place?
and cross this scale.
The missile knows where it is at all times. I don't think Sonic always knows where he is, to be honest with you. I think it's just like, I'm here-ish, I guess.
I better hurry.
I'm trying. Hey there, Sharon, how are you? Is it Sharon or Sharon? Shit! It's a lot of S's in a row. Just saying.
I better hurry up and cross this scale.
Fuck! That was a stupid-ass dash. Game over, yeah! Water. Who is my favorite Sonic character? I wondered. This playing around. My favorite Sonic character is Tails. Absolutely Tails. Tails means a whole lot to me as a fellow tech geek that sometimes doubts just how much he can do. But has some friends along the way. That helps him out. So, Tails very much speaks to me at a personal level. So, yeah. Yeah, that'd be why the little bit of a dose of sarcasm. You can thank Miles for that. This angle looks good. Should Tails be yellow or orange? Well, Tails is technically both. Tails is amber, so he's a yellowy orange. In my opinion, he should be more orange than yellow. But people disagree, and that's their, as my grandfather would say, their own wrong opinion. But yeah, in my opinion, Tails should be more orange, like he is on all of my logos and insignias that Miles made for me. Rather than just being bright fucking yellow. 'Cause he's not yellow. He's meant to be both. Sonic dark blue or light blue? Sonic is kind of like a navy.
Get ahead and help the train.
Though he is more light than he is dark. I don't know. It depends on what lighting you have Sonic in. I'm colorblind, so asking me this question is incredibly dumb. Not that you knew that, I'm just saying. I'm colorblind, so I don't freaking know. I prefer Tails just pure yellow.
I better hurry up and cross this.
So may be it. I just respectfully disagree. Sonic, Tails, and Knuckles are autism palette-friendly colors. They really are, though. And I say that as somebody with autism. Welcome back, 9! How are you? I like him just yellow. It makes him more unique than a real fox. See, he's unique as it sits. Orange isn't, you know, most foxes aren't amber. I'm doing good. How's Sonic 06? Pretty good. Shit. Woo! As if Tails was orange, he'd look similar to a real fox, and this series has a blue hedgehog. 2D games should have orange, 3D games should have yellow. As I said, I personally like Tails to be more orange than he is yellow, but your mileage may vary. And there's nothing wrong with that. It's just like, I guarantee you, I wonder, those of you who think Tails should be yellow, what is Tails' proper name? Like, his full name? Because I have a feeling I know what your answer is going to be, and it's going to make me scream. That's one thing about Tails that I do not flex on, is what is his actual name? Miles Tails Prower. Correct! Anybody who says Tails the Fox, I am sorry, you are wrong. Miles Tails per hour. I like how he's named like that. Me too! It makes him unique. And that's why I personally don't like how people call him Tails the Fox. He's not just the Fox. Fox Boy is acceptable. Yeah, like Fox Boy from like Eggman or something. Miles Tails Prower the Fox. That would technically be a fine name. I just... Should Tails spin dash or not? Yes, and I'm actually a big fan of the theory that, though we know it's not true now, that Tails was the one to figure out how to spin dash. Because Sonic isn't able to spin dash in Sonic 1, but in Sonic 2, the same game that introduces Tails, he all of a sudden can. So I like the idea that Tails might have come up with it. Obviously, we know that's wrong because it wouldn't work and blah blah blah. But in my personal headcanon, Tails was the one to come up with that. I don't see Sonic coming up with it. Not without, you know. Tails' design is based off of a kitsune. Correct!
Elise's train is...
It makes more sense if Sonic teaches him how to do it because Sonic is older than Tails. Age is a very weird thing in the Sonic franchise. Like, obviously Tails is Sonic's, like, younger brother-ish. So, we more or less know that reliably, but... Tails kind of looks like a cat and a fox.
Train is...
I've heard that one before! I don't agree, but, I mean, to each their own. That is hilarious. I have never heard of that. Radical Train reminds me of Radical City from Sonic R. It does sound like it, yeah. I haven't played Sonic R before, right? It's on the channel somewhere in the board. I hate Mach Speed. I don't like Tails with blue shoes. He looks too weird.
Train is... gotta speed
See, I agree with an asterisk. I think the blue shoes might have been a gift from Sonic. And if that's the case, then I'm fine. But I don't think Tails does look better in red shoes. I agree. But it's kind of a neither here nor there thing. It's... Who cares? It's a shoe color. Yeah, but Ash Ketchum is worse with age. Well, luckily for you, Ash Ketchum got retired. So, no more Ash for you. The most autistic thing in Sonic 4 is that Tails painted the plane blue without asking. He just fixed it up and knew what was cool. I love that scene, and I hope that you use autistic as a positive term, being that I myself am autistic. But I love that scene so fucking much, because Tails is just full-on tech geek. He's awkward. He doesn't know what the hell's going on. He's just been chasing this blue hedgehog that caught his interest because it's going ridiculously fast. And then he sees, oh my god, plane. And he's just like, I have to fix it. Like, he just has this irresistible urge to be like, I have got to fix this to impress Sonic. Don't worry, haha, I'm trying to understand my own traits. I'm an electronics guy. Cool. Yeah, no, that's fine. I'm sorry, it's force of habit. Some people use it as a sign of temperament. Close tab that had Murder of Me video I was watching. The Murder of Me is a great series. I'm very much looking forward to the next, episode, I guess I'll call it. I think that's the proper term for it. Next instance of it. Random question, but should Shadow have red stripes on the back of his quills or not? Yeah, that's how his design is with the red stripes on his quills. It's because of the way he was made, quite literally. So, I guess I don't get the preface of the question? Like, that's how he's always been, how I've always seen him, is with the red stripes on his page. Who's my favorite character in Murder?
Hurry up and cross this scale.
Oh god, that's a tough one. I haven't watched Teen Mom in so long, I don't think that my opinion is honestly valid, because I don't remember. Sorry. Talking about his back spine, not his head quills. Again, I think it's something like the shoes, where it's just like, it's a tiny little detail. It's not the end of the world if Shadow has those tiny little stripes on his back or not. I think he looks better with them, personally, but it's not something to go to war over. Some people in this originally doesn't have red stripes on his back spine, only his head if he has. Yeah. What kind of computing tools or software helps you? I have improved a lot of things just using OneNote. I use a lot of various tools. I'm kind of a use whatever you need to use kind of guy. Whatever works, really. It depends on what you're doing. One of my favorite tools is the Visual Studio Suite. Very powerful coding suite. There's also wonderful open source tools like Mono and its libraries and all sorts of good stuff. My favorite Tails design is Classic. Abso-freaking-lutely. I adore Classic Tails. But Movie Tails is a solid second place. Because Movie Tails just looks like a giant cuddly floof ball, and I want to give him a hug. So fucking bad. You don't even know.
There's gotta be a switch somewhere.
Modern Tails, I have the issue that I mentioned before. He's too yellow! He's too yellow! Add some orange, for the love of God, please! Movie Tails is amazing. Hard agree. Movie Tails is amazing. I have no complaints about Movie Tails whatsoever. And I'm so happy that Colleen O'Shaughnessy voiced him, because Colleen does an amazing job with Tails in my opinion.
I'll be able to move faster if I go on top of the train instead of being on the rails.
So you want Sonic to be brown and then to look like a real hedgehog? I never said that. Sonic is blue. He's always been blue. Fine. What about Frontier's Tales? Frontier's Tales is a good recovery from what happened in the Force. Because Tails himself acknowledges, hey, I fucked up. And I love that, because it shows character development. I just hope that that continues. Do I like Boomtails? Yeah, I like his design. He's a little too yellow for my opinion. But I love the fact that he's got, like, goggles and the little tool bell, and he's just fucking cute.
I'll be able to move faster if I go on top of the train.
Would I recommend Python or another language? Okay. Hot take alert. Hot take alert. If you're starting programming, the last language you should use is something like Python or JavaScript. Why? Because there's this thing called type sensitivity. In certain scripting languages, like Python and JavaScript, you will not learn, truthfully, in my opinion, what a type is and how important it is to keep a type a type. If you declare a string in Python, you can make it an integer, you can make it a float, you can make it whatever the heck you want. I would suggest starting with a strongly typed language or a moderately typed language. Something like PHP, C#, anything in the C family, really. You could even do, if you're interested in low-level programming, something like Batch, the command processor, something like Bash. Those are all wonderful languages to get started in, and you will learn very quickly. If I try and convert a integer to a string without explicitly saying, hey, this is an integer now, things get mad, and that's a good thing to learn, in my opinion. Bro, why do I hate how yellow Tails is? I said before, I like Tails that is more orange than he is yellow. That's just my opinion. Your mileage will vary. There's nothing specifically wrong with yellow Tails. I almost said specifically wrong. I have a funny one. Murder of Sonic the Hedgehog Tails. Yes! Murder of Sonic the Hedgehog Tails is wonderful, and I love his design. He's golden like a Twinkie. Yes, Spider Flash, exactly! He's amber, which is kind of a yellowy orange. It's the color of maple syrup, which is probably why I relate with it so much, because my grandparents used to make maple syrup. It's a great color, and I really like it. Adventure Tales, again, he's a little too yellow for me, and I don't like the fact that he's voiced by a literal child. It just sounds wrong.
Those enemies seem to be protecting that cage for some reason. I gotta defeat them first.
Sonic characters aren't supposed to have the same color as their real-life species. Who says that? There are quite a few characters who have the same colors as their real species. Sonic is kind of the oddball of that one. Well, and Shadow. Any of the hedgehogs, really. That's Eggman. I wonder what happened to Sonic. Oh yes, he is golden like a Twinkie. Firewash, I'd have to agree in 06. Yeah, I don't mind Tails here. He's kind of the right mixture of yellowy orange, though he is a bit more gold. But I don't have an issue with Tails being gold.
Oh, gotta speed up.
Tails in SA2 isn't even proper Tails since he's in the mech. Yeah, and to be honest with you, I have mixed feelings about that one. Tails in mech stages is kind of underselling who Tails is, because it makes it feel like his machines are all he can do, which isn't true. Tails is kind of like a blonde little boy. That suits him. You're not wrong. If you were to humanize Tails, he'd probably have blonde hair. Needs a better voice actor than who? Because in my opinion, Colleen O'Shaughnessy does a really good job. Sometimes she's a little too high-pitched, I'll admit. Sometimes she needs to remember to inject a little bit of rasp into Tails' voice. But I'm also not a voice actor. When I try and voice act for the shit and giggles of it, it makes my throat hurt. So I have so much respect for voice actors and how much work they put into that shit. So I'm not gonna stand here and say, how dare she not do this? She should do better! Because I don't know how much work goes into that. Probably a shit ton. And yes, I noticed your OC is based off of him. Looks very nice. I don't really like Hero's Tail. Hero's Tail is way too high-pitched. I agree. Sorry to ask again, but what coding tools? Stuff like, it depends on the language, but if you're looking into something like the C family, look at Visual Studio Community. If you're looking something like PHP, or honestly any scripting language, grab VS Code. Visual Studio Code is one of the best text editors out there for code, because you can literally download extensions that will make it understand any language that you freaking want, even Python, if that is what you're set on. Because there's nothing wrong with starting with Python. There isn't. I just don't think it's a smart decision. Because it's going to teach you that you don't have to worry about data typing. And data typing is going to get you in trouble if you ever have to work in any strong type language. So I suggest that you start there and then experiment with Python. Experiment with things. I started in a weird little language called Lua on Roblox. It doesn't matter what language you pick. They all have their own pros and cons. Just pick a language that sounds like fun to you. Sounds like, hey, I think I want to learn whatever. And just go for it. There's no wrong way to learn programming. There really isn't. Should Tails run more often by his feet rather than his tails? Tails has his tails. He's allowed to and should fly. I feel like that would be his main method of transport. It's just fly. Because it's efficient. And Tails is... he's a techie. He's a smart guy, so he's gonna know, hey, there's nothing wrong with a bit of efficiency. It's a good way to do things. I sound like Vector the Alligator in that one voice. My voice goes all over the place. I don't pretend to be a voice actor by any means. The tropey claim about Python is that it's good for engineers like electrical software, but I never go along with what normally say. That's not really true. Most electrical softwares and engineering softwares, those are all written in things like C, C#, C++. Python might have a bit of it because Python's a language built on top of C++. So a lot of people use both. And there's nothing wrong with that. So, but there is no wrong language to start with. Whatever language you think would be good for you is the right place to start. I just think it's worth looking into a language that at very least makes you aware of data typing. Like PHP. PHP is a perfect example, because if you mess up data typing in PHP, it will forgive you. It will convert it for you, but it will warn you about it. It will tell you, hey, by the way, you just made a string into an integer. I did that for you. But you might have wanted to tell me explicitly. You know, because computers do what they're told, realistically. And sometimes you forget to tell them things. And it'll just be like, I don't know. Thanks so much with all these tips. Of course! And as I said, your mileage may vary very much. You know, my answers aren't cover-alls. But in my opinion, there's certain elements of programming that are very good things to pick up on right from the start. Case sensitivity. How to do proper camel case. How to do functions. How to worry about data typing. Just key things that you're gonna see in every single language.
I better hurry.
Do I have any experience with MATLAB or Simulink? I've used MATLAB once. I have used it once. I don't know much of it, I believe it is a strongly typed language, but it's very complicated. It's meant for mathematicians, hence the math port. It's literally a math language. So, it might be a little too much, but as I said, if that's your thing, go for it. There is no wrong way to get started. There is no wrong way to say, you know what? I want to learn how this works. Go learn it. Genuine. All you're gonna do is embetter yourself. There's nothing to lose. If I need help with anything in this game, I need to not suck. But I don't think you can fix my badness at you. That's obviously a half joke. I appreciate the offer. Yeah, and as you can tell, I will talk about computer shit all day long. You know, so I hope it's okay that I blather on this stuff, but this is, it's my passion, it's my hobby, it's my job. I love technology. I support anybody who wants to go into any sort of a technology field, learn anything about technology. It's a wonderful thing to do.
Elisa's train is... gotta speed up!
Tails' hoverboard in Sonic Riders is called Yellowtail. Even Sega admits it's yellow. Actually, they just admit that his board is yellow. They don't say that it's necessarily his color, because random colors appear on those boards. So, as I said, like, to each your own. Am I a technology? Yes, I am. I am I'm an information technologist. That's what I do. Right now, I'm a network and systems tech. My new job is as an IT support specialist. So, IT is what I do for a living, and it's what I do for fun, too. I love tech. I always have. I've been doing tech since I was sick. Or, since I was 6, not since I was sick. Blah. Is that my only hobby? No, but it is my biggest one. It is the one that kinda means the most to me. I have other hobbies, but they're not quite as big. They're kind of like, I'll do this. Like, biking, for example, is one of my hobbies, and it's just like, I will, but, meh. Am I a scientist or something? Technically, I'm a computer scientist. Technically. Depends on who you ask if that counts as a science or not. As a programmer, how do you rate Sonic 06? That's a good question, and it's a really good question to ask as somebody who wants to be, wants to learn this stuff, or maybe has started learning. I don't know where you are in your journey, but I wish you luck upon it. As a programmer, I understand that programming this shit is hard. I understand that all of the little things that I pick out, I don't know if I would have been able to solve those. I've had programs that I've made, little scripts, whatever, that have random bugs in them that I have no idea how to fix. Whether it be because the language is not supporting what I want to do, or I just don't know how to do it, or some combination. So, as a programmer, I realize how tough shit like this is, and I honestly respect it. Like, you had to put thousands and thousands of hours into figuring out how every little bit of code does something. And that takes dedication, that takes a lot of work, and I respect it. Did it come out perfect? Absolutely not, but nothing ever does, really. As programmers, all we ever do, as I keep pulling Pirate Software, but Thor from Pirate Software, if you ever need any tips or tricks on how to do anything, go visit Thor. He's a great guy. But as he said, like, there's really no wrong way to do any of this. Respect it so much that they made the game before the Xbox 360 even came out. Yeah, and that's true too. This game was made not knowing what platform it would release on. Sega didn't know. They chose the 360 when it came out because it was the closest to the specs that they needed to run the game. Because they knew from running it in tests that they were going to need something a little more powerful than most things were, and the Xbox 360 for its time was a pretty powerful console. So they chose the 360. It wasn't powerful enough, however, hence why it's a little laggy, a little buggy. Some of the bugs that result are because this thing runs on 360, because there's not enough headroom. If you run Sonic 06 on modern technology, and Project 06, even just by itself, it's not bad. Have I seen Sonic Prime? Yes, and I hate that they did what this game does to it. I hate that they pulled a Sonic 06 to that. Gotta go eat, bye guys. Take care, Spiderflesh. Thanks for joining. Probably be going on for another hour or so. I know a programming horror case study. Shenmue. I think I've heard of that, but I can't place it. What do I rate this show out of 10? Before it got 06, it was a solid 9! And yes, that's a reference. But once knowing it gets 06, knowing that nothing that happens in Prime ever matters.
Those enemies seem to be protecting that cage for some reason.
Drives me insane. It's... Why do that? Why are you going to make something and then say, and then none of it ever happened? It doesn't make sense to me as a content creator, in a sense, I guess. As a programmer, as a tech guy, as a human.
This train is... Uh-oh, gotta speed
Show
up.
wasn't bad, it was just stressful. At points, yeah, its pacing was very all over the place. The toughest part with shows, and any medium really, is pacing. How fast do you go on what? What do you emphasize? And what you emphasize is important. And how you emphasize it is important. Like, if you spend 20 minutes explaining what Sonic eats for dinner, then that's gonna be seen as important, even though it really isn't.
Gotta speed up.
I hate how Sonic was written. Shadow was best character by far.
Gotta speed up.
Sonic! See, I will argue with you. I like Prime Sonic. Why? Because Prime Sonic owns up to the fact that sometimes he's a piece of shit. Sometimes Sonic makes mistakes. He's just a hedgehog doing his best. Do I like the Holy Sea? I'm imagining you mean the language C. C is something else. I like C++ better. C# is obviously the king of the family. But it had to start somewhere, and I have a lot of respect for C in that sense. I've programmed in C. It's a tough language. Do I know about Temple OS? I haven't heard about it. There's a lot of random custom operating systems out there. And I don't claim to know even close to half of them. Interesting that Tails would be the main... Okay. So... This is a nitpick, and I'll warn that, but calling 9 Tails is a disservice to 9. 9's whole shtick when we first meet him is literally, it's 9, not Tails. 9. This is a part of Tails. This is the part of Tails that Tails would have been if he'd have never had Sonic in the first place. So calling him Tails to me it's just a disservice to who the character is. There was a man with schizophrenia who invented an operating system but couldn't connect the internet. It was built with plain C. Yeah, no, there's a lot of interesting little operations Have a good day, Chills fan. Thanks for tuning in. And there's a lot of interesting little quirks about certain languages.
I'd better hurry up.
Like with C, it's hard to connect to the internet because C was founded before the internet was really a thing. So that wasn't a concern. C didn't need to know how to connect to the internet because the internet wasn't a thing yet. And can you connect to the internet? Absolutely, but you're going to need some really jank libraries to do it.
I'd better hurry. Whoa!
One of my favorite things about the C family, except for C itself, is the structure. Because you have classes, you have functions, you have everything.
I'd better hurry
There was a major hack in the UK's National Health Service, because a lot of IT still ran on X. That's the sad. A lot of infrastructure runs on ancient OS. Things like XP, Linux, whatever. Linux kernels that don't even exist or get serviced anymore. Why? Because in some ways, it's better. XP might be a few decades old, but it did what it did very efficient. And especially when it came to the server version of things. So a lot of companies never bothered switching. Why fix what isn't broken? Unfortunately, they don't realize, hey, there is something broken. It's called the firewall, because this was designed when the internet was all but a fleshling, and we didn't know what we could do with the internet. We didn't know that we could, literally, corrupt entire systems, make entire countries go kaput by a couple clicks of a button. Would I rather have Sonic Prime Season 4 or Movie 4?
I'd better hurry up.
Prime Season 4 won't happen. It can't happen. Prime has already ended. They made that perfectly clear.
Conveyor change direction?
So there can't be another season of Prime. I'm sorry. It's just like Sonic X. A lot of people kept saying when Sonic X got canceled that there would be another season, but they can't be. Because there's nothing left to explore. Sega quite literally said, and that's it. So not only do I not think that it would, but I don't think it'd be worth it even if it did, because there's nothing left to explore. All of those questions have an answer. Unfortunately, that answer is, and none of that even happened. But it's an answer. Sonic 4 Episode 4, God! Do not remind me of that game. Sonic the Hedgehog 4 does not deserve that title, at all. I am a massive fan of Sonic the Hedgehog 3 and Knuckles. And as a fan of Sonic 3 and K, Sonic 4 doesn't belong in the trilogy at all. The trilogy ended with Sonic 3 and Knuckles. And then we moved on to the modern area. Sonic 4 is an excuse of a game trying to fit into the classic era. If anything deserves the title of Classic 4 or of Sonic 4, it's Mania. They could flesh out, put many characters, there's too many but here's the thing. Here's the problem. The Paradox Prisms put back together. Everything that happened to make the story interesting has been solved. All of those characters that you want them to define better, I want to define them too. But the problem is, they don't exist. They quite literally hit the undo button. And Superstars is Sonic 5? Superstars is Superstars. I wouldn't quite give it the title of Sonic 5. Why? Because it's kinda underwhelming. It's very easy. There's no sense of urgency to anything. There's really no threat at all. It's just there. It's just, oh, it's Eggman again. Oh, it's all this stuff. Exactly true. I hated Sonic Superstar. Look up the ways boss fights were impossible.
Whoa,
But now,
gotta speed up.
exactly, it's the difficulty range was all over the place. Fast battles are impossible. Meanwhile, you can just coast through the levels, not even trying. I didn't hate Superstars, but there's a reason I don't play it.
Gotta speed up.
There's a reason why once I finished the game, I never went back. And that's because I didn't find any interest in it. There was nothing in the game that incentivized me to keep playing. I did love that finally getting a single emerald actually gives you a power. I will argue with you on this, because though I agree that it's a cool thing, I think it's wrong. Because we are, right from Adventure, right out of the box, there is one person who we know of who can make use of a single emerald, and that's Shadow. Everybody else needs all 7. Period. Point blank, end of the story. So I don't like that we're all of a sudden going back on it. That we're saying, oh, but now you can randomly get power from just one! What are the rules, goddammit?
Is Elise on board?
That's my issue. It's just, it doesn't make any logical sense to say, for years and years and years,
Hang on.
it's never been the case. And now, all of a sudden, it is. That's actually a couple of points. The only single emerald users are machines or planes, and Shadow's half robot, half alien. Yeah. I guess I forgot that too. Like, the tornado has an emerald in it and can draw power from it. But really all you've ever seen done with a single emerald is it's a generator. Except for Shadow. Because he has chaos energy in him. So it makes sense. What Sonic characters have the best designs? I am biased. I love the way Tails is designed. It's a unique, very to-the-point design. Honestly, all of the characters have a pretty good design. There's a few that I wonder what they were thinking. But honestly, most of them
I knew it!
look pretty cool.
I knew you'd return. You had to.
2 emeralds make you go through time and space.
You again.
This time, there will be no more interruptions. The Iblis trigger.
They can, but then again, that's Sonic and Shadow with 2 emeralds, so it's kind of the, okay, well... It's a weird. Tricky question. If you had to pick, would you rather program a front end or a back end? Back end, all day. I'm not a UI developer. I don't make things that look good. I make things that work. And they don't even work good. They just work. That shit, you don't want people to see. You hide that in the background. But there's nothing wrong with programming either. Some people are more artsy and love front-end stuff. One of my best friends, I wonder where he's at now from years and years ago. Amazing! Amazing front-end developer. Could not do the back-end at all. Had no idea how to do it. And the world needs both kinds. Really. You need people who program front-end, you need people who program back-end, you need jacks of our trades who don't care what they program.
I would rather die than be your prisoner again.
Tails' design is really good. I kind of wish modern Tails had the boom bugs. I agree, that and the tool belt. The tool belt is one thing from Sonic Boom that I really wish was seen more. Just this idea that,
Sonic!
hey, Tails is the geek that he is. Because he is an unapologetic geek, just like me. And I love that about him. Rather play rhythm guitar than lead guitar. Yeah. But the thing is that both, obviously, play a huge part. You can't have... You can make an amazing front-end design. But without back-end, it does nothing. You can make all the back-end design in the world, but without a front-end design, nobody's going to know how to use it but you.
Just your size? Come on, let's see what you can do.
So it is very much a case of both. I gotta love the camera.
Shoot him down!
Should Tails fight like Sonic and use weapons to attack? Tails' strength is in technology, but not all of it. So the answer to that question, in my opinion, yes. He should attack with his stuff and with his own
If I stay on the ground,
self, like Sonic does. He has the power to do both.
somehow.
Use that. Do I have Discord? Yes, my Discord is reserved for people who I consider friends. It is a direct link to me. If you are looking to have a conversation with me, I do have Twitter, or X, as we call it nowadays. I have some public social medias that are a great little way to get in contact with all sorts of people without having to cross into the personal boundaries. Because my Discord is I use it a lot like a messenger. So if somebody Discords me, my phone goes off. So I typically reserve that for people who I know personally or have formed a deep bond with. I followed you on Twitter, thank you! It might seem like a little thing, but genuinely, that means a lot to me. I'd say both. I mean, Tails can use his tails to attack. Exactly! And it shows his character strengths. It really shows how adaptable he is. Random question, what's my favorite show and movie? Oh, God. I'm not sure. Can I think about that one? I think favorite movie. It's such a tough question. Alright, fine. I have an answer. Alright, favorite movie, Ready Player One. That movie was fucking amazing, and I loved how it stuck to the book almost exactly. Everybody thought that that's what it looked like. There was no argument of, hey, you know, that detail wasn't there in the book. That detail is made up, that whatever. It genuinely, it's a wonderful movie, and I think they did a great job with it. Show, however, is way tougher. I'm a big fan of Star Trek The Next Generation, but I haven't watched that in forever, and it gets boring after a few episodes, so I can't say that. I don't know. Yeah, I'm trying to make it so that it's not Sonic. Show I genuinely don't know. I love game shows. Like Jeopardy, especially before the unfortunate passing of Alex Trebek, was one of my favorite shows of all time. Nowadays, it's just weird, because it just doesn't seem right without Alex. Alex made Jeopardy the game it was. And without Alex, it just isn't the same. So I guess that's gonna be my answer, is Jeopardy back when Alex was still around. Go, 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 go! Because you're gonna die if you don't. Oh yeah, I always wondered what Tails would look like with one tail. He would look really weird. Yeah, Tails would just look like a normal fox, and that's not him. I don't feel like you could even call that Tails. Because the whole point of his nickname, Tails, is the fact that he has two of them. So what would that be? Tail? Mild tail power? I guess? I don't freaking know. I don't know. It just seems weird. You grew up on Dragon Ball Z and Yu-Gi-Oh! Radiator. I really like Star Trek. Yu-Gi-Oh! Is pretty cool. I don't like that it's a lot of recycled content, it feels. Like, it does very much seem like, oh, well, there's this big issue. Let's use the card game to fix it. It's all in the heart of the cards. I'm gonna use this fucking stupid-ass piece of jewelry to solve every issue we could possibly ever have. But then again, I say this as a Sonic fan where the Chaos Emeralds literally fix everything. So I can't say a whole shit ton. It just seems very weird, because one thing about Yu-Gi-Oh! That I never got is that the game is both a game and the conduction of the environment. Like, you can play Yu-Gi-Oh! Without having power in it, but you can also have games of Yu-Gi-Oh! That can quite literally send you to the Shadow Realm and kill you. Doesn't make sense to me. It's a fun series, don't get me wrong. I had a lot of fun watching some of it, but after the main plot line ended, it just seemed like, okay, let's do it all again!
Well, I was desperate, and, I just had to get away. I owe you a lot, Sonic. Sonic!
I'll head into the jungle.
You could see that in Sonic IEC. I will never play that game. I am terrified of horror. I am absolutely terrified of horror. I don't like it. I don't want it. You guys can go and keep on. I want nothing to do. Thank you. I say that having played games that technically fall into the genre, but I don't like pure horror, where it's scary for the sake of being scary. I don't mind if it's scary because that's how the game lets you know, hey, this scary thing will happen if you don't do it. I'm such a cool lad, thank you. What do I want the Sonic series to achieve? Honestly, it's something it's already achieved. I want it to keep achieving. And that is bringing communities together. When I went to the Sonic Symphony, it really was an absolute love letter to everything Sonic, and it shows how universal this one little blue hedgehog is. How it doesn't matter who you are, what you identify as, what you have, where you're from. It's a common unifier, and I feel like as humans, that's huge to have something that we can say, hey, we have this random blue hedgehog that we made, and we can rally up around him, and that's amazing. That's what I wanted to continue to achieve, is just, let's just keep that going. Let's keep having a good community where we can all have a partner. Where there is this tall to ride.
If we work together, I'm sure we'll be able to get across the water.
So, technically I'm what you call demisexual. Which means I fall in love with people that I have a special kind of close connection. I call myself gay because it seems a lot easier for some people to understand, but it's kind of only a half truth. Because I don't care what somebody is, boy, girl, NB, whatever. I could genuinely care less. I just want somebody to love and to love me back. About the gist of that. Wait, did I just say that G word? In some senses, to some people, I could be considered gay, yeah. There's nothing wrong with the word. Trust me, I've said a lot worse than gay on my streams. Gas. Am I actually, as I just explained, technically not. Technically I'm what you would call demisexual, which is kind of a weird middle ground of I fall in love with people that I'm very close with, a very special kind of close with. So, it's not technically gay, but there's nothing wrong with it. Oh, I have some good... one of my best friends is gay. Where the fuck am I going? I'm game 2. What Sonic fan doesn't have unique quirks? Yeah. You don't like those types of relationships, you just like friendship. That's completely fair. That, technically would probably be a form of asexuality, where it's just like, you know what? I don't want any of that. And that's fine. Nobody said you had to. Nobody said. But nobody should say, in my opinion. I might get chewed out about it, but in my opinion, do what you do. Do what you love to do. Love who you want to love. It doesn't make you any less human than anybody else. So many souls to play with, so little time, wouldn't you agree? I should play Undertale. So I have started an Undertale playthrough, but I should finish it at some point. Speaking of souls. Should Sonic have blue arms or tan ones? It depends on who you ask. If you ask me,
If you jump when the bud is glowing,
he looks weird with blue arms, but I don't mind it. So I'm kind of the either works kind of guy. I don't really care. Either works. I think classic, you know, leave classic as he was back in the 90s with Genesis, but modern? Do whatever you want. Blue arms work in Boom and Movie Sonic, tan arms work on classic and modern. Yeah, and that's basically where I stand on it, is it's like both can work. Lucky Tales is streaming Sonic Generations on Wednesday. Come check it out. Streaming at 11 a.m. Unfortunately, at that time, I will be working. So I will be unable to attend. Holy shit, it's already been almost 2.5 hours. Jesus Christ. So I'm probably gonna go for a little bit longer, but I am starting to think of, wrapping up. Should Tails have things? Yes. Yes. I love Tails with things. Abso-fucking-lutely. Yes. Yeah, it makes it more... I'm afraid I don't get what word you're trying to go for it. A little bit of a shameless plug, Lucky Tails, but I can't blame you. Oh, sense. Yeah. No, I agree. That makes more sense. Look, I'm not gonna deny it. Tails is fucking cute. He is. And there's a reason why I have this in my drop set. If I can find the right button.
I am adorable, serious, and
Let's run
formidable.
straight up.
He's all three. Jen. Are you gonna mute me on the shit? No! I was just laughing around. There's nothing wrong with a little bit of a shameless plug. Not really. I don't mind. I'd have an issue if you're like, oh, well, you should stop watch this stream and go see my stuff because it's better. That I'd have an issue with. Just you saying, hey, by the way, I'm streaming on this day for this thing. Come check it out if you want. Go for it. Genuinely. How do you think I got started? I just was like, hey, on Vin's channel, I was like, hey, I'm gonna be streaming this on this time. Come check me out if you want. And some people showed up.
Sonic,
And thus it began. So I have no issue with that. I'd be a giant-ass hypocrite if I did. A lot of streamers get really bent out of shape about that. I get it. But at the same point in time, we've got to work together. We're all human beings. Christian says his channel sucks. Not really. No channel really sucks. Like, mine's not very great, but you guys listen to it. You know, just because you think your channel isn't great doesn't mean people don't listen. Doesn't mean there aren't people who think it's great. So, don't sell yourself short, man. Studied electronic and electrical engineering at uni, scored 40% on exams, but always got 60 to 70 in assignments. Grades don't mean everything. As somebody who finished college wanting a 4.0 and failed by one letter grade in one class that pissed me off, I've realized in the years since that grades don't matter. Really. It's what you do. How much effort are you willing to put in? Did you try your best? If you did, great. Did you learn something? Great. That's what matters. Do I think the Sonic series is the perfect, coolest, and best series in the entire world of media? No. I do not think there is a best, coolest, and definitely not a perfect media out there ever. We are humans. Our whole shtick is not being perfect. The whole shtick of nature is imperfectness and random dumb luck. So, to call anything perfect is as if to say it is unhumane, as if to say it is not of this world. As Lucky Tail said, humans will always have imperfections, and there's nothing wrong with that. There's nothing wrong with not being perfect. It makes us unique. It makes us able to solve challenges, believe it or not, that would otherwise be impossible to solve. Because guess what? If you're a perfect being, you don't give a shit about changing anything. You think everything is fine and dandy just the way it is. Isn't Sonic kinda is? I mean, a blue hedgehog runs fast. Like, come on. Yeah, he's a blue hedgehog who runs fast, but the series has made many mistakes. I'd be stupid if I said that the series was perfect. Do I like it? Yeah, absolutely. It's a freaking movie. I think it's great.
We're getting out of the cave.
But it's not perfect. Nothing will ever be perfect, and that's okay. And yes, welcome back, 9. I'm doing pretty well. Just kind of chatting around with you guys as I progress in Sonic 06. We've made some pretty solid progress today, actually. I'm pretty happy with myself. Probably gonna go until about half past the hour, which is about 10 more minutes, or when I finish this level, whichever comes somewhat first. I say somewhat because I also have the same issue Vindo does, where I will say, oh, I'm going to try one more time. 3 hours later is still trying. One thing I hate about the Sonic fan base is how toxic it is. Fans are always arguing about the latest Sonic game.
Thank you, Elise.
Unfortunately, that's every fandom. Every fandom has those group of people who want everything to be their way, and if it's not their way, they make hell about it. That's unfortunately unavoidable. Unfortunately, because I've been a member of other fandoms, and either left or got tired of them. And sometimes it was because of the community, sometimes it was just because I grew out of it. Oh no, we're carrying Elise. I do not like Elise. I don't think anybody really likes Elise, to be honest with you, Nine. Elise, or Cheeto Girl, as Vindo likes to call her, is probably one of the most universally hated Sonic characters there is. Chris is better than Elise.
Thank you, Elise.
That one I'm gonna have to throw a little flag at and say I think they're both about as bad. Like, Chris tries to become Tails. Like, that's wrong. It's wrong in so many ways. Elise does kiss. Here's the problem. She kisses Sonic's dead body. Let that sink in for a minute. Sonic is dead in that moment. She didn't just kiss Sonic like normally. She kissed a corpse. He was dead.
Let's rip.
I have a feeling I'm going into, frickin' Mach Speed Zone. When you're playing the game where it will happen, great. Yep, at some point we're going to have to watch that cutscene, and we will all collectively moan about it, including me.
If you put your
Power together, you'll be able to walk on water because apparently you're a god. I wonder if I should make more YouTube shorts on Sonic Mania Plus. If you want to do it, there's really no reason to not create content because you want to. Let people find you based on the content you like to make. Don't make content for the likes. Because if you do, you're just gonna burn yourself right out. I've been there, I've done that. Make shit that you want to make. Isn't it odd Shadow doesn't have the red stripes on his back spine, but only his head's exposed? It's like his design isn't properly finished. His design is properly finished, but it was argued about quite a bit. So was Sonic's. Five Guys has such bland burgers. I disagree, but it might just be your local version of Five Guys. My Five Guys is always pretty tasteful, but if there's one thing they definitely aren't, it's cheap. God damn, their prices are bad.
Nice.
Would you prefer if he had the stripes on the back, or do you like it just the way it is? I'm kind of neutral on that. I don't mind either. I like him a little bit more with the stripes. It makes him seem a little more alien, a little more black armsy. But it's not a deal breaker. I tasted it. It seems like they didn't season it. That happens, unfortunately. Even the best burger place, can make mistakes. Forget to fucking put salt or seasoning on them.
I'll settle things here. Elise, you should go back to the castle.
Okay.
At least you should just follow my word for no reason. Wish
So
Miles was here.
beautiful. I've never seen so many flowers before. Sonic, have you visited many wonderful places before?
Yeah.
Once you defeat Eggman, you'll leave, won't you?
You ship Sonic and
Though I've been
Elise.
frightened
I hope you
many
step on a
times, I've also
That's fair.
enjoyed this adventure.
As I said, she literally kisses his dead corpse. That's fucked up.
I was able to be myself. A girl.
It sounds like being a princess isn't that easy.
It isn't sometimes, but I love this country. Everyone in the castle, the children, all my citizens, really. The same love my late father and mother had.
Don't cry, Elise.
And we're going back
Become
in
a strong
time.
queen who doesn't cry, no matter what happens.
And so, I do my best to protect my country. I understand everything my parents said to
What
me.
Sonic character would be the weirdest to see in real life?
Sonic,
Likening
if you
our
have to go on
world,
another
and you
adventure,
don't know
remember
who Sonic
those
was.
days.
Definitely.
Any of them. If you didn't know what Sonic was, and you genuinely get any character that's non-human from the series,
Sorry.
you're gonna get somebody that's admitted to an insane asylum. Because they're going to claim, they're gonna be Crazy Carl, basically. You're gonna be like, that's the Blue Devil! No, you're just crazy. Yeah, that would happen. Vector. Big. Good answers. But I'm just saying, any of the anthropomorphic animals pop out of there, and you're getting somebody who's going to be declared crazy and sent straight to a mental asylum. Because nobody's going to believe that shit. Tails, not really sure. If Tails was real and I found him, I would hug him and adopt him. But that's my person. Just saying. Dark God.
Princess Elise, ruler of
Tangle.
Soliana.
It's a valid choice. As I said, this question really doesn't have... What if Christian was telling the truth about dimensional merge all this time? Oh god. I mean, seeing a fox in real life with two tails for shoes and gloves would be pretty weird. But I wouldn't mind it. As I said, I just want to give him a hug and adopt him. Would I hug all of the versions of Tails?
Miss
If they
Elise!
permit me, yes. Yes,
I cannot
absolutely.
allow harm to come to my people.
You know, some of them would take a little more convincing than others, and obviously I'd have to, you know, not just be
It
a
is my duty
freaking
as
weirdo
Princess
and run up
Soliana.
to him and just hug him. But
There is no other
within
choice.
reason. Seeing Eggman in real life would be freaky. Perfectly round body. Oh yeah, that would be creepy. Would you rather have a Sonic character as a pet or a friend? Friend. Absolutely, friend. They're not. I wouldn't want one as a pet. That would be cool, especially if they have anthropomorphic characteristics. It would just be cool to hold them as a pet. That's weird. Why is Eggman wanting to burn the city? He isn't Iblis. He isn't,
terrible.
but he
Princess
knows.
Elise went to see Eggman by herself. Tails, please.
He knows
help her.
what Iblis is capable of. And he is using that to his benefit. Just like he did with Dark Gaia. Same dealio. You got this giant, powerful, ancient entity that Eggman knows next to nothing about other than, it can help me take over the world! To be honest, Eggman doesn't really look like a normal human. He's not meant to. There's a reason that he exists then. Hey yo, you're playing as Tails. I will be. Next time. Because I have got to book it. So thank you guys so much for tuning in. It's been a wonderful 2.5 hours. Holy shit! That went fast. But from the Dylan Studios in my random apartment in the middle of nowhere in New York, I'm signing off. I don't know the next time I'll be streaming. I'm planning to start doing this more frequently, but as I said, I'm going to be moving, so I don't know. As far as the tech talk, please, I love to talk technology. I will tech technology all day. It is, as I said, it's my passion, it's my job, it is a huge part of me. So thank you for talking tech to me. And absolutely, have a great day. Thank you all for bringing by. As always, do the YouTube shit. Hit the subscribe button, hit the like button, go follow me on Twitter if you want to see me somewhere else. Stay tuned, because you never know when I might just decide, hey, remembering streaming is a thing. One last question before I sign off. Am I into biology and zoology? I'm moderately into just about every science there is. I like science. I'm a science geek. That being said, have a good day. Bye-bye.